But it's nice to be on someone else's podcast. Like, you have no idea the amount of pressure that's just off my shoulders.
Yeah, I
that's
just gotta stay here and do it.
I'm watching Scott. I'm like, he's thinking about how he's going to edit this afterwards. He's thinking about where the audible pauses were, like where the music's going to come in. And I'm just over here like sipping on my raspberry tea, enjoying life.
That's what Christian does every episode too.
Not the last two. I wrote those.
True. He wrote those ones. Yeah.
Oh, but otherwise you're pretty hands off on the production. I'll be in my trailer sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
You goddamn diva.
Yeah.
I am a diva. I'll admit that.
You didn't have to. Everyone knew.
So now that we've wasted a bunch of people's lives, should we tell them stories?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, we should actually talk about what we're actually going to be mentioning in this episode.
Can we go back in time and fix that whole stuff?
Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit, Christian. I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so, but I don't think so. At least not from my research. If we can get John Teeter on the line.
What about that? What was the father's name that made the chronovisor? Oh, I said it right. No?
What, you want like a pat on the back or something?
No,
it's an easy word. Not gonna.
But right before I said it, I doubted myself in my mind, and it came out okay.
That's good news. Yeah. Now send that back in time to episode 16 or whatever it was.
You just said you didn't have the technology to do.
Yeah, I don't. But hopefully, brighter minds will prevail in this episode. We're sitting here. We're going to talk about time travel. Actually, we're going to talk about time travel twice.
Are we?
Yeah, because it's a two-parter. And if it's not a two-parter, we got to find a way to make it a two-parter because that's all I have prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
you remember that time when we traveled back in time and redid an episode?
I do. That was fairly recent.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We had an episode recorded and it just didn't seem to work.
It fell apart.
And then like 6 months later, we threw it together. And I think it turned out okay.
It did. It got the most views as anyone recently.
Yeah.
So.
It's our disaster ghost episode with tsunami. It's funny, and we should talk about it really quick because we did that tsunami episode probably 5-6 weeks ago.
Oh, right before the Tonga volcano explosion?
Yeah.
Shit.
And then all of a sudden, like I get up to work and that happens.
Predictive text.
Time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have real life examples for you guys. Tell me, what other podcasts do you listen to that bring you this type of information? Tried and true methods, real life events.
Did you hear about how Russia is canceling the rest of their KHL hockey season or talking about it? And everybody's speculating why that's being done. It's professional hockey league in Russia.
Is it time travel related?
It could be us predicting the future related.
Okay. You have 30 seconds to wrap that up. All right. You have 30 seconds.
All right. The crazy thing that people are saying is the reason they're canceling the season is because of the coming war. I don't think that's the case, but I think it's a combination of Olympics and pandemic.
You really have a way of starting our episodes off on like a really sad. So I have to whip out the dad jokes before we even get started, people? I'm sorry. I've had to use these 3 times in the past month. Who's been writing these episodes, Christian?
I didn't write this one, but I wanted to.
Wait, when he brings the episode down, you bust out a dad joke to recenter.
This
and
is
refocus.
Recently. Like China bought me a random tin of dad jokes, and because she knows your boy is the master.
I love dad jokes.
Yeah, so now I don't have to think about it. Whenever he just makes everyone sad on the podcast, now I get to open this up. And okay, this one, this is right over the plate for you guys. Give it 10 seconds. I bet you can guess it. When is your door not actually a door?
I think you're overestimating my ability to solve riddles.
When is your door not actually a door?
I know it's meeting the Sphinx today.
Is that the Sphinx a riddler?
The
it's
Sphinx.
riddle of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
When it's a jar.
That makes sense.
Damn it.
I heard at least 4 of my friends' dads say that when we were getting in the car. That's not a jar, that's a door. Like, okay, we get it.
What's sad is I'm sitting here, I'm like, I've heard this before. Probably back.
I also have heard, yeah.
And then
it's a quality classic.
It really is, yeah.
Now I got to tell another downer story.
Nope. We're actually going to start talking about time travel. I think we owe it to our listeners, whichever ones are clinging on to this episode.
Well, shouldn't you tell people where to find everybody and then we can...
Should. Oh, yeah. I should also mention this had a great intro question, and I had to take it off the script so that Christian wasn't aware of it before we got started. And it was a long intro question. It's not something I could just pull out of my ass right now. It was like I tapped into creative writing skills I had in high school, different things. I was like, this is a brilliant, long-winded question. And then I copied over it when I had copied it, so it's gone. It's just gone. I was going to copy it to another note, paste it, and then just read that off for this episode, but it's gone. It belongs to the internet now.
What's sad is those are fun.
I know.
He just tries to bring up some random question.
No, this one was me guessing in the future your answer to it.
Oh,
That would have been perfect.
I know it would have. I didn't think about that until right now, that it actually fit with what we're doing. But yeah, because at the bottom of the episode, it was going to be my guess for at least what you'd bring up in your answer or something like that.
And you just yeeted it?
Just yeeted it. Anyway, so now we can't do that. We're talking about time travel, guys, as we said 45 minutes ago. We should probably get into the time travel talk. So right off the bat, we're going to be talking, what is time travel exactly? And this is a wordy episode. So if we don't get to all the words that are written in it, the banter, as long as it's time travel related, should fill in the gaps, Yep. But we'll see. Time travel is the concept of movement between certain points in time, analogous to movement between different points in space by an object or a person. Everyone's still on board? No?
That was pretty impressive. Analogous.
Yeah, I was struggling with that in my brain. I'm surprised you got it out.
I'm actually glad, just the confirmation from you two that I said it properly, because I was going to go a different direction. And
you always do that direction.
Yeah, I know. Typically with the use of a hypothetical device known as a time machine. Time travel is a widely recognized concept in philosophy and fiction, particularly science fiction. The idea of the time machine was popularized by H.G. Wells' 1895 novel, The Time Machine, which I believe was also made into a movie at some point, right?
Multiple times.
That also one? Multiple times?
Yes.
Interesting. It is uncertain if time travel to the past is physically possible. Forward time travel, outside the usual sense of the perception of time, is an extensively observed phenomenon and well understood within the framework of special relativity and general relativity.
What's the difference?
One is special.
Okay.
However, one's just normal relatively.
It's like what my mom calls me.
Yeah, everybody knows about general relativity, but special, only certain people understand that.
He was in the army.
Yeah.
Okay. However, making one body advance or delay more than a few milliseconds compared to another body is not feasible with current technology. As for backward time travel, it is possible to find solutions in general relativity that allow for it, such as a rotating black hole. Traveling to an arbitrary point in space-time has very limited support in theoretical physics and is usually connected only with quantum mechanics or wormholes. So, this is elementary type shit,
Right, yeah.
Wormholes.
We all know Neil deGrasse.
Yeah.
Tyson.
It's not
personally,
Degrassi?
but yeah.
It's not Degrassi?
That's a TV show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Nice. What if there was a collab between the two, though?
There should be.
Nickelodeon, make that shit happen.
That sounds like a Mad TV skit from back when Mad TV was real.
Yeah. It'd just be the science class. It'd be Degrassi High or whatever, but Neil would just be in the science class. And
That's a
kids
good
would just
idea.
walk in, he'd do his shit.
And he'd be pissed because nobody would say his name right. Where's Degrassi High?
Canada.
I don't know, but you pulled that out quick.
I'm pretty sure it's a Canadian show.
That makes sense now that you said it. It's like Canadians are a little bit more hip, so they would name an old school like that after a black man. They wouldn't have done that in the U.S.
We're hitting the heavy.
We better
topics.
skip that part.
Yeah. You think we can juggle this one, Christian?
No. Let's forget I said that. That is one of the times you might want to really edit me.
No, that's the time when we can't censor that, Christian, because we got to show that people sometimes are just dinguses. You guys know Christian. He's not an asshole.
Even Joe Rogan edits his shit.
Yeah, Joe. Don't get me started on Joe Rogan. That shit is right now. I'm pissed. Not at Joe Rogan. I'm pissed at everyone.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Another part that needs to be cut. Dustin, you want to add something that's politically incorrect?
We can hit the trifecta here.
Let's see.
So that whole segment that just happened in a previous time episode will be in our Patreon in the future because it's too politically incorrect to be here.
It's too charged. Yeah.
And we'll know that it's a different timeline because it's called Patreon over there, I guess. And over here where it's called Patreon, we don't have one. So,
that's a more nationalist look at it. If it's Patreon,
true.
It's Patreon.
a bunch of eagles eating seagulls over there.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The rich.
Exactly. Indeed. Yes. No. I don't. Yeah. No.
All right. This is always my first story is always entertaining because I can't talk.
I'm ready.
I've got a spoiler alert for you. It's not just the first one.
Dustin doesn't know that yet.
None of our listeners do. They don't know you talk like William Shatner in real life. They don't understand that. They think that you talk like a normal person, but you don't.
One of the first stories to feature time travel by means of a machine is the clock that went...